is pouring strong. Talking Tigers all morning long. Saints exceed headlines on the screen. Breaking it down with a little caffeine. Grab your mug, come on in. Let's wake this day and let it begin. It's morning scone. Everybody on. Coffee's hot and the news is strong. Purple gold, black and gold. Stories waiting to be told from Baton Rouge to New Orleans. Talking sports and everything between. Wake up, smile, let's get it on. Start your day with morning scone. It's morning scone. Everybody on. Coffee's hot and the news is strong. Purple gold, black and gold. Stories waiting to be told from Baton Rouge to New Orleans. Talking sports and everything between. Wake up, smile, let's get it on. Start your day with morning scone. Where the coffee's hot, the takes are hotter.
Okay, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a hump day edition of Morning Scone presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, Parish Construction and Roofing. Need an orthopedic, go to Brock and Roof. You call the winner of the best roofing company and the best of Baton Rouge, Parish Construction and Roofing. Unique physique, unique aesthetics and wellness, Restored Motions, restoredmotions.com. Boatcock Brothers, premium cigars, code MAT15, MAT15, MAT15 for 15% off your order. And FMOL Health, Our Lady of the Lake Championship Health partner of LSU Athletics. Good morning, y'all. Tigers practiced on Tuesday night out at the McLennan practice facility. Was there for our customary 15 minutes. Sam Leavitt looked really good, hit some nice deep shots. Still no Jordan Ross, no Ed Orgeron. Harlem Berry was back, but was working off to the side with a trainer. I was told stomach bug for Harlem Berry. It's why he wasn't at practice on Monday. So all things considered, team has been pretty healthy, knock on wood. I hear throughout fall camp. Still no Damian Shanklin, as we're, still haven't gotten an explanation. The one thing that they did that they altered is here on Wednesday, it's a walkthrough day, so there's no availability today. We were scheduled to get player interviews today, but they bumped that back a day. So Thursday morning, we'll have practice access. Then we'll talk to Lane Kiffin. Then we'll get players. So busy day on Thursday. Okay, y'all know the drill. Fire away. Please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, Facebook, like the page, share the post, podcast, subscribe on your favorite podcast app, rate us, leave a review. Saints practicing out in California. Melees with the Saints and the Cowboys. I saw Brock Rechsteiner, who's suspended for 6 games, by the way, like suplexing some dude, just like his daddy taught him, the German suplex. By God. A great video from Nick Underhill, New Orleans football on social. If you want to go check out that video of the suplex, it's pretty cool. Hey, Trivia, good morning. You're first. There you go, Trivia. Welcome back, babe. First out the chute. Thomas, good morning. Hey, Justin, Mike, good morning. Devin, how's Drew been doing? He's been doing good, man. Thank you for asking. So he's so excited to be back at school at the new St. Lillian. Loves going to St. Lillian, loves his teachers and all the people he gets to see every day. So Drew is definitely living his best life when he's in his routine of going to school and going to abilities for therapy and all that stuff. So he likes to stay busy, and so when he has stuff to do, he loves that. I mean, he gets out the car in the morning and doesn't look back at me. He is gone. Jacob, good morning. Hey, Brian, good morning from Pasco, Washington. 16 days left. Let's get it. Bradley, Tiger Poppy, good morning. Hey, Kevin, good morning. Dakota, good morning. Great day to be alive. Yes, sir. O'Pry, good morning. Let's see. SNF, it's football season. The Avid College football section is out. Love that. All right. Craig, morning, Scone. Seen a post the whole LSU team wearing 5 practice jerseys. Is that true? No, Craig, that's not true. That's AI generated content. Erica showed me a video last night of it was a reel, and it said when your mom asks, is it real or is it AI? And it's a video of like a dog riding a bike down a street, like fast pedaling. It's pretty funny. No, that's not real. LSU did not have the entire team wearing number 5 jerseys. No. Hey, Bryce, good morning. One day closer to LSU football. When do you think we'll get that prediction? Soon, Bryce. Hey, Brad, good morning. Saints have so few night games now. I remember they used to have a ton of night games in the Breeze era. Yeah, primetime kickoffs are typically reserved for teams that are relevant, that are contenders, that are fun to watch, and the Saints have been none of those over the last half decade. Breeze's last season, of course, was 2020, the COVID year, and then one more year from Peyton in 2021, but they haven't made the playoffs since they lost to the Bucks in the COVID year. So you don't make the playoffs, you're not relevant, you're not fun to watch, you don't get primetime games. So I think the Saints play the Falcons this year. Isn't that the only one? Let's see. The Falcons are 7:15. That's the Monday Night Football game. I think that's the only one. The Steelers game's in Paris, but that's 8:30 a.m. Yeah, that's it. It's just the Falcons on Monday Night Football. That's it. Hey, Adam. Good morning. Have a great day. Thomas, do you stay in touch with T-Bob? How's he doing at Barstool? I think he's doing well. T-Bob, even when he worked with us and I was his manager, is quite literally one of 2 people I know in my life that are the worst ever at responding to anything. So T-Bob texted me last week when the Jaden stuff was going on because he wanted info about something. But he doesn't ever reply to anything ever. So been a minute since we've just shot the bull. But it sounds like he's doing really well up there. I know he seems to really enjoy doing Wake Up Barstool. That's the TV show that he does. And the funny thing too is I remember talking to him about this. He got that show because 2 things primarily. Number one, he understood formatics, right? Like most people who work at Barstool have never worked in, I shouldn't say most people, but I would assume a lot have never worked in a traditional media setting. So they've never had to manage a clock and go to break and all that sort of stuff, the things that you have to do when you're on linear television or terrestrial radio. And so because he knew how to do that, that was a good thing. And a lot of people apparently there at the Barstool office in Chicago didn't want to get up and do a morning show. Well, T-Bob was already doing mornings for years. So it's it fit very naturally for him to flow into that. And I think he's really enjoying doing it. Captain Boudreaux, morning, Matt. How'd you like that big Papa Pump slam yesterday at Saints football practice? Yeah. Again, Brock Rechsteiner suspended 6 games for violating league policy. Can't imagine what that is. Donnie, good morning. Hey, Christian, good morning. Parlay hit last night. Gonna be able to do full-size candy bars at Halloween. Hey, Sean, good morning. Happy hump day. Working in Arkansas. Drove by War Memorial. Still a dump. Fayetteville and Bentonville are amazing. Yeah, that's what I hear. LSU started playing the Arkansas game in Fayetteville back in 2012. And so, and I haven't been up there since so I've never been to Reynolds Razorback Stadium. So I'm going to go this year, which would be interesting because the only stadiums in the conference I haven't been to are Razorback Stadium, Missouri, and then Oklahoma, Texas. So I didn't get to go to Texas in 2019 because we were doing the whole pregame, postgame stuff that year. So I I didn't make any games that year. Well, except we went to oddly, I went to SEC Championship, Peach Bowl, and then the National Championship, but all the regular season stuff I didn't go to. Let's see. Michael, good morning. Dale, good morning. When will Coach O news break? What do you mean, Dale? Adam, enjoyed the videos from LSU practice yesterday. On AFR, will you address the fight to Saint? Yeah, we actually did talk about it a bit yesterday at the end of the show. So, Dale's asking about Coach O. We did talk about it a little bit on the Locked on LSU episode. So, I was told Coach O was not at practice at the scrimmage on Saturday. He was not there at practice on Monday. I asked Lane Kiffin, and Lane said we sent him home. He wasn't feeling well. And then he wasn't there last evening as well. I don't suspect he's going to be there on Thursday. When we have more access to talk to Lane, so I'll ask him again. Unless there's somebody who wants to. I mean, I think I know. I've heard varying degrees of the story, but I certainly am not going to report anything unless I have it like just absolutely rock solid. So I'll keep asking Lane and see if he'll give us the answer. Hey, Falcon, good morning. Antonio, good morning. Sounds like Sam was sharp and accurate yesterday. I'm looking for the Sam Trinidad battle. Yeah, it's worth mentioning, Antonio, that Sam did look really good yesterday in the bit we got to see. But again, it was a little bit. So there's a big difference between what we get to see, which is him throwing routes against air, and if they go into 7-on-7, 11-on-11, when he's got a pass rush, whenever there's defensive backs. Remember, one of the big things that Lane talked about and we reported coming out of Saturday was that the first unit's pass rush really got home to Sam a good bit, forced him to use his legs. Now, the good news is he used his legs and scrambled and made plays, which you're looking forward to seeing. But it's a little more difficult to throw when you got defensive linemen breathing down your neck. So, but yes, in what we got to see yesterday, he did look really sharp, which was good to see. Hey, Rocky, what's your plan for Whiskey and Wine this season? Yeah. Hey, Club, good morning. Yeah, it's going to be a kind of a week-to-week thing. Like, I mean, I'm going to the Clemson game, so I won't be on my back patio doing Whiskey and Wine. Maybe as I'm walking out of the stadium, I'll fire up a live stream on my phone, and as I walk to the car, whatever. Eric and I will be at Tech as well. Maybe it's a blowout and we leave at halftime. I'll be home for that one. I'm planning to go to Ole Miss if we can work out a place for me to do AFR on Friday. Then I plan to be at Ole Miss. And so we'll see, man. I really don't know. It's just going to be a week to week thing. Let's see. Morning, Matt. Oh, sorry. Read that one already. Hey, boys. Good morning. Kelly, good morning. Leslie, good morning. Brad, I keep hearing you say college sport is the only sport in the world where you can win every game and not get a chance to play for a championship. Is it really still possible in the 12-team playoff? Sure. You could be a G6 team, be one of two undefeated G6 teams and not get in the playoff. Because the highest ranked G6 is the one that gets in. Now, last year, 2 got in with James Madison and Tulane, but I also think that's going to be the exception, not the rule. Captain Boudreaux, let's see. Okay, dude, you asked the same thing like 3 times. Mary, good morning. Robert, how would you rank this year's running back group compared to the previous 5 years? Well, LSU has not had a 1,000-yard running back since Ty Davis Price in 2021. So that's odd to think of it that way. And I don't mean this in any way to be disrespectful, but I mean, Josh Williams was a walk-on. And when you're at LSU, the place that produced Billy Cannon and Charles Alexander and Dalton Hilliard and Kevin Falk and Leonard Fournette and Darius Geis and on and on and on and on and on, and you're relying on a walk-on, like that's problematic. So, and Josh Williams is a very good college football player. I'm not in any way trying to be dismissive of him. He was a good college football player. But like, there's a big difference between the guys I mentioned and that's sort of the issue that they've had at running back. The fact that Caden Durham had to play as a true freshman was concerning. Now, I haven't seen Dylan Jones yet. I've seen him in practice. He looks really good, but I haven't seen him in a game. I didn't watch a lot of Wisconsin football, and he only played 7 games last year for the turf toe injury, which cost him the rest of his season. So I think they're probably deeper this year. Certainly in numbers, they're deeper. You know, they brought in 4 guys via the portal, and they returned Durham and Berry. So they're deeper than they've been. I still don't know that they have the elite level top tier guy. Remains to be seen. Hey, Steven, good morning. Will Lane let the team pick the uniforms for the games? I don't know. It's funny. Hunt Palmer that was Hunt's one question he was going to ask Lane at SEC Media Days if he got a question, which he didn't get a question for Lane. But I am interested in that. I mean, I know sort of the Nike mandate is that you wear some alternates because they want to be able to sell more uniforms and blah, 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 blah. I hate that. Y'all know how I feel about it. So I hope we don't ever see an LSU digi camo or any of the crap they wore at Ole Miss. But I think you'll probably see some alternates. Yeah.
Parrish Construction and Roofing. At Parrish, we've got you covered. From the top of your roof, all the way down. Parrish Construction and Roofing. Parrish built. Parrish built. Parrish built. From your hometown. ParrishBuilt.com.
Okay. Parrish Construction and Roofing. Remember, if you need an orthopedist, you go to Brock. Locations all over Greater Baton Rouge, including Tangipahoa. All the subspecialists, if you need an orthopedist, go to Brock. They're the best. They did my knee surgery several years back. Mom had her her shoulder surgery there. It's just where you go. Parrish Construction and Roofing. Remember, roof repairs, replacements, commercial, residential, gutters, soft wash. We do it all. ParrishBuilt.com. Unique physique, unique aesthetics and wellness. Restored Motions, restoredmotions.com. Boat, Koch Brothers Premium Cigars. Code MAT15, 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 15% off your order. And FMOL Health, Our Lady of the Lake, Championship Health Partner of LSU Athletics. I trust the lake. Hey, Luke, how do you see the split with ATN and Kamara? Achin and Kamara. I think Kamara maybe gets 7 to 10 touches a game. And I think Achin should more than double that, 15 to 20 touches a game combined between rushes and receptions. Hey, David. Michael, good morning. Jordan, good morning. Watching from Nice, France. Top 3 most beautiful places I've been. Put it on your list to go when you spend a month in Italy. Would love to do that. That's awesome, man. Thanks for tuning in. What time is it there? What are y'all, about an 8-hour difference? 7-8 hour difference? About 2-3 in the afternoon, something like that. Hey, Dad. Good morning. Tiger Diver. Good morning. Steven, how you doing after surgery? Thanks for asking, man. Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm on the mend. Honestly, I really only get sore when I'm not supposed to lift things. I'm not supposed to lift anything over 10 pounds for a month. And I'm really trying very hard, but there's times where I have to help Drew get into and out of the car, into and out of bed. And so even though I try to use gravity as much as I can or make him pick himself up, I still have to kind of boost him a little, or kind of catch him. And so that's whenever I kind of get a little bit of a stabbing pain. But other than that, I'm feeling really good, man. And I can't yet cold plunge. And so that's a major bummer. It's been a shock to my system that I start every day with a cold plunge and haven't been able to do it now for almost 2 weeks. And the day of my surgery was the last day I cold plunged. It was 2 Fridays ago. So Friday will be 2 weeks since I've cold plunged. And I need it back in my life. Let's see. Good morning, your madness. Hey, Ron, good morning. Have a great day. Booted to the sip. Good morning. Rex, good morning. Steven, how's D-line doing for LSU? Yeah, I think the edges are doing really well. Curious about the depth there. Your first 2 are set. The next 2 are Dylan Carpenter and Lamar Brown. Tackle, your 5-man rotation is set. The 2 freshmen are kind of leading the way with Anderson and Gerald's. And then you've got Stephon Green, Malik Blockton, and Don McKinley. So, I mean, those 5 are set as part of rotation. I really wish that the veterans were beating out the freshmen. It's a little concerning that they're not. I'd say that's probably my biggest concern on the entire roster is defensive tackle. And they may be awesome, but if you're counting on 2 true freshmen to start at defensive tackle in the SEC, that's generally problematic. Hey, Guy, good morning. Any news on the new basketball arena? Yeah, so I did mention this a few weeks back. I was told that the next board meeting, which I think is the week of the Clemson game, the board is expected to vote. Now, that can change, but last I was told a few weeks back is that sort of was the aim and the hope. So, fingers crossed. Hey, James, good morning. Not to rehash your number 5 thought. I don't have a problem with the number not being issued on offense. Dual numbers, defense, all good. Steven, love watching Feinbaum trying to make Alabama relevant and squirm. Yeah, I don't think Paul Feinbaum is really a big Alabama fan. It's funny that he's sort of painted that way. The guy's from New York and went to school at Tennessee. He worked in Birmingham for a lot of years, but I don't think he's a Bama fan. Hey, Brian, good morning. Bryce, Matt, heard you were in touch with Jared Stillman about the JD5 situation. Him trying to pronounce your name was hilarious. Yeah, so Stillman does the Sirius XM show, right? Forgive me, I'm just not familiar, but yeah. So I went on a lot of shows last week. Some in DC, the Sirius XM show, some Tennessee stations had me on. That was a kaboom moment, man. But yes, some people struggle with them vowels, bro. Hey, Robbie, good morning. I read Ohtani has hit 30 home runs in 6 straight seasons, the GOAT in baseball. Got into this argument with Terrio the other day about Babe Ruth. Terrio loves to poo-poo Babe Ruth. So Ruth went, here's his homers. So starting in 1914, he didn't hit anybody who played in 5 games. It went 4, 3, 2, 11, 29, 54, 59, 35, 41, 46, 25, 47, 60, 54, 46, 49, 46, 41, 34. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 14 seasons, as you put it, with at least 30 home runs. It's 14 out of 15 seasons with at least 30 home runs for Ruth. And the one year he didn't was when he had 25. And he only played 98 games that year. So he would have. And then Terry's like, well, he pitches. Ohtani pitches. Yeah. Ruth pitched too. And Ruth's career ERA was .228 over 10 years pitching. He pitched for 10 years in his career. He pitched in 163 games with 147 starts. Sweltering chill. Greetings from a Tiger alum living in Thailand on a Wednesday evening. Awesome. Thanks for being there. Love to see it. Go Tigers. Hey, Hal. Good morning. Jack, good morning. Steven, yes, it's not that. It's not that. Hey, Dexton, good morning. Fred, good morning. Question on whiskey and wine. Do you plan on adding a co-host? No, I don't. And I don't know that I'm going to do it every game. We talked about that a little bit ago. Robbie, does LSU play a night game before the Saints play in Paris? You might not get much sleep the night before knowing the Saints play at 8 a.m. Oh, I think I looked at that. I can't remember if that's when LSU plays Kentucky. It's 25th. That's the Auburn. So that's the Auburn week when LSU plays 11 a.m. at Auburn. So LSU play at Auburn 11 a.m. So that's, I guess, a good thing. Hey, David, good morning. Gerald, good morning. Well, Coach, hope you get to go soon. You'd be good to go. Dylan, Jody, James, good morning, Matt. Updates on Easton Royal and Jalen Brewster. Yeah, talked to Shea yesterday. No real update. Royal has set his in-season visits, the game he's going to go to. Something Shea told us last week is it sounds like Brewster is planning on sticking with Texas Tech. I don't know anything about it. Like, I'm not the recruiting guy. That's why we have Shea on. But my feeling on Brewster all along was, look, man, Texas Tech has a billionaire in Cody Campbell who doesn't seem like he's the kind that's just going to passively watch a 5-star defensive lineman commitment from Texas flip to LSU. So he'll do what he has to do, and it looks like that's probably what's going to happen. Good morning. What are your thoughts on the day-night practice switches? I like the idea. Seems innovative. I'm just being a homer. We asked Lane about that, and he said they have done it before, and he thinks that there are advantages. He said he doesn't want to give away a competitive advantage by explaining why, but they think it helps. And that's one of the things that when I listen to Lane Kiffin, I find really interesting. He concerns himself with the margins, the things that others might seem insignificant, that he might be able to find a way to make the team a fraction of a percent better. And, you know, it was so interesting hearing him talk about, I asked him the other day about how he determines progress from day one to now in fall camp. And it looked like he was just going to deflect the question, but then he got into a really introspective answer where he said, there may be guys who aren't able to help us now, but maybe by week 3, week 5, week 7, they're in a position where they can take snaps and help, give some depth and then take some of the burden off the other guys. And I think the way he thinks of it is like, if you have a player that can take 7 snaps a game over the course of 10 games, well, that's 70 snaps that maybe a starter or someone else doesn't have to take. And so the cumulative effect lessens on the guys you're counting on if you get to the point where those guys develop. So, I think that's the really interesting thing. So he's very thoughtful in those ways. And so this day-night swap thing, he clearly has data that suggests it helps. And, who am I to say is wrong? Hey, John. Any smoke forming on incoming freshman transfers for football? I see AU added a wide receiver from Coastal. Oh, you mean if the 5-for-5 ruling, the injunction stands? Another thing I asked Lane about last week, and he didn't want to give too much detail, but the more I've snooped around, it sounds like the player personnel department has combed through like literally every player from the class of 2022. And a lot of them, they already had evals and grades on from portal or from previous recruiting stops or whatever. And so they are ready. What I was told is I think they have 1 roster spot. Now, if there's multiple players that wanted that, they'd have to do what they have to do to make it work, if you know what I mean. But they have 1 roster spot. Let's see. MS that LFT. Morning, Matt. What's LSU's record when you attend away games? I remember last year in Nashville, we didn't do well. That's true. I also went to Vegas when LSU lost the opener to USC. That was not good. But I went to the SEC Championship, Peach Bowl, and National Championship in 2019. Won all those. Tiger Diver, with all your traveling, it sounds like whiskey and wine isn't happening this year. Not in the sense that, like, I'm not going to be on my back patio as soon as the game goes final every week. That's not happening. Hey, Jack, good morning. How do the backup quarterbacks look in case QB1 goes down? Very obviously, Husan Longstreet is the number 2. And they're really paring down reps as well, where it's pretty obvious, like, Leavitt's getting all of his reps, then Longstreet's getting the 2s, and then Landon Clark's kind of getting whatever's left. Like, I think I was charting the other day where Leavitt got all his, Longstreet got 10, and I think Landon Clark got 3 while I was watching. So, Hey, Garland, good morning. Saints Camp Fight inspired this question. Let's say you're a pro wrestler. Would you wear a mask? talk a bit about your go-to or finishing move. Always interested in your thoughts. Sneaker of the day. Don't have my sneakers on yet, but I have to go do a podcast today. I'm wearing a light blue, almost like a sky blue sport coat. So probably I'll grab something with some Carolina blue in it. I'll probably get 5 or 6 pair with that color. So, and as far as a finishing move, it would not be from the top rope. I wouldn't want to jump off the top rope. And I don't think I would wear a mask. That'd be hot, and I think it would obstruct your vision a little too. All right, I got to go. All right, please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, Facebook, like the page, share the post, podcast, subscribe on your favorite podcast app, rate us, leave a review. Locked on LSU is live, AFR at 3.